Barcelona. We are back here for round 5 of the Sprint World Tour for Grand Prestige League here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Well, if my god-awful Spanish at the start of the stream was not the best thing in the world, this track will provide racing that is certainly a lot closer to being the best thing in the world. We are here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia with no chicane, unlike the version that we used for the preseason testing, but very much like the version we used when we came here just last week for WEC. 4.6 kilometers around, 2.8 miles. It is 13 corners here around this track, and this track is a notorious tire muncher. So everybody will need to be careful of tire management, because this race in SWT already came down to a lot of strategy. How's everyone doing today? Just getting some things sorted out on my end. Yeah, I apologize everyone, just getting a few other things settled. Alright, there we go. There was a bit of confusion because next week when we head to Trial Mountain Reverse, which is a track I'm really looking forward to, I will not be around for the stream commentating for the WEC. I will be back for SWT though. Do have some things I need to take care of in the real world. But yes, we are here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. It's a fun track, a lot of good overtaking opportunities, but this track is not a fan of tires, so you'll definitely need to manage your tires for this one. Tire management was a big thing last time, and it's going to be another big thing here today. You'll see a few cars kind of roaming around on track, and then we're going to go ahead and actually jump on board with some of these cars as we are still underway with practice. Few of these, I think we have only a few minutes left till we hit qualifying status. If you guys are joining in, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy your time here. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It is going to be a fun race here today. We do races every single week here for the Super Formula cars. You're watching some of the fastest drivers in the world in the Super Formula category, and honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. SWT has been pretty competitive this season. We've had 3 winners so far in 4 different races, 2 different teams. No team has won twice in a row yet for this series in SWT, but we also have some other series coming up here soon. That second series has yet to be announced, but it will be similar to what we had during the off-season last season with the GT 500 category. The first category I actually commentated for here at GPL, so stay tuned for that. But before we get there, we have a lot more. So I was just kind of chuckling at the message Yuki put in chat. Imagine that was pole position time, but anyways, yeah, it's gonna be a fun track here today. And actually, I see that the Red Bull Adidas team has went ahead and swapped up their livery just a bit. I'm sure in commemoration to the Japanese GP livery, which that Japanese livery wasn't the most exciting, but it was good to see Honda getting a W in their home turf for the last time with Red Bull, with Max Verstappen. And it's going to be, yeah, and hopefully we'll go to Suzuka next season. We will be hitting Japan later on in the penultimate round. We are actually heading to Tokyo Expressway, which is a track I've always been looking forward to commentate on. And hello everybody in chat. Hope you guys are having a great day today, because I know I'm going to have a great day, especially on track. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and swap to a few other drivers. Hop House, this KZN team, or Kaizen Motorsports team, has been a team to look out for. They've been the only team to secure victory aside from B23 and CBD from the SWT squad. Actually, just going to go ahead and take a look at some statistics for you guys here today. Taking a look at the SWT results. So yes, oh, it's actually round 4 hasn't even been officially uploaded yet. I'm pretty sure the driver who we're currently on board with was a race winner last time out. It was one of the Hop House or one of the KZN machines. B23 is so far the only double winner in SWT so far. 3 winners across 4 races. It's still pretty competitive. And I want to head over to this man right here. There's a very specific reason I am on board with Nemesis, aka Artura from Project Zero Racing. And it is his birthday today. So happy birthday to the Dutchman. And I mean, what better way to spend your birthday than being out on track in the Super Formula 23 car, racing here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. I'm sure you're going to have a blast here today. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good result, especially on your birthday. Happy birthday, Artura. Although, depending on time zones, that might actually be... His birthday might have actually been yesterday. Hopefully I got the time zones right. But still want to wish a very happy birthday to Artura. I don't know how old he is, so don't ask in chat. I'm horrible with guessing ages, so I'm just not going to go down that rabbit hole. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and just take a look at some of the other cars on track. We have Killswitch, he's part of the Exodus fold, but he is racing with High Caliber today, as he has been for the rest of the season for SWT. And then we have his Nemesis teammate, Nico the Sicko. He made his appearance late last time out in... what track were we at last time? Deep Forest. Yeah, sorry. I had a late night last night, so I do apologize for that. He didn't make a late appearance. Didn't have the best of starts, but sometimes if you're league racing in these Super Formula cars, it can be easier said than done to get a decent result. And then slingshotting up to the front. Oh, he is now 18 now. I was honestly thinking he was older, but still, congratulations. Happy birthday, Artura. And now to the best of drivers, we have Exo Repeat, the current leaders in the drivers and teams championships of Exo B23, and then also CVD, who just recently pulled into the pits. And I feel like if Artura watches the stream later back, he is gonna probably not be the happiest camper, but still, I'm still gonna say happy birthday if I know it is someone's birthday. So be warned, if I find out about your birthday, I will out you on stream. All jokes aside. We're about to get ready for qualifying here today at Barcelona. It's gonna be a fun one. Time management's gonna be the name of the game. And also we saw that overtake management was also pretty potent here last time out, as we were on board with your boy Grant, part of the Hololive team, and I feel like they had a livery change slightly. It's a very nice looking livery, even though I'm not familiar with Hololive a lot, but still a really neat livery nevertheless. And yes, it is going to be a great day here. Everybody is popping their readies in chat, and then we're going to go ahead and get live with qualifying here today. Drop your predictions down below of what you think everyone's going to qualify. Yeah, everybody's just waiting for qualifying to kick off. I think we're just waiting on Nuko actually, because I think Nuko is going to be head steward today. It is only myself in the commentary box, Rekis, aka Patrick Coleman. So it'll be just me today. The other commentator that would be with me, Lucian, is actually competing in a racing series in his native country, I believe. I did ask him to send me a link to that, so I do want to watch that later. So best of luck to him as well in his championship. I don't know much about his championship. I did hear that. I think I heard that they used the Red Bull 2014 Junior. I think. I could be wrong, but yes, I do want to wish him also the best of luck in his race, as I want to wish everybody who's going to be competing today the best of luck. We have a full lobby here, a full grid, I should say, or almost a full grid. I think we are just one car shy of having a full grid. So just taking a look at everything. And qualifying is indeed starting now. 10 minutes of qualifying leading to a 32 lap race here around Barcelona. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because in about 5 seconds we're going to go ahead and get kicked off with qualifying here in Barcelona. It's going to be go time here. The tow is going to be very, very important here around this track. So expect teammates to kind of go out at the same time and get the slipstream off of each other and to improve those times. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Alright, so we have quite a few cars already starting their outlaps. We'll go on board with the first driver to go ahead, and that is CBD. CBD has had a pretty solid season here, been on the podium a very good amount of times. I don't have the results, unfortunately, for the last SWT race, but I believe he has actually been on the podium almost every single time. He's been pretty close. The only times that I know so far he wasn't on the podium was in Dragon Trail, round 2 in Croatia, which is a round I'm pretty sad I missed. But anyways, we're going to be on track now with a lot of these drivers, and yep, this strategy is exactly what I figured it would be. With B23 and CBD both going out around the same time, so they can get a tow, especially on that massive start-finish straight coming from the exit of turn 14 here on this track. Now, I will say, whether you love or hate this track, I'm pretty sure most of us can agree that the drivers really do prefer the version without the chicane. It allows for a lot better of a run going through turn 13, and you carry more speed going into 14, as we're seeing here. And we'll go on board with CVD as he begins his first lap here of qualifying. He's gonna go ahead and have a go at it, making the massive run down into turn 1. His teammate B23 is getting slipstream in. He ran into the grass a bit, so he might be abandoning that lap. So we'll actually switch on board to the American driver, currently the leader in the Drivers' Championship. B23 making his way through turns 1 through 3, now about to head into turn number 4. Now here's the part that really starts to kill tires, this very tricky sector 2. Navigates turn 5, coming up into turn number, sorry, this is turn 5 now. He's going into turn number 6. Good run so far, using a good amount of curb there, as you should when you're at Barcelona, but you gotta be careful not to put yourself in the grass like CBD did earlier. Looks like he almost got a track limit violation there for a B23. He's gonna go ahead and make a run into turn number 10, a corner you can really make or break your time at. Very nicely done there from the American driver. He's going to go ahead and continue to navigate these corners here. He's got a good run. We'll see. He'll be the first driver to go ahead and set a time. He's going to put pedal to the metal. He's got one more corner left to go. And using all the curb available, he paid for the entire curb. He's going to use the entire curb. And that's a 1 minute 18. Oh, and Nemesis is off in the background. Oh, Nemesis just kind of lost it there. I wonder if I can get a replay of that. See what happened here. Did he just get too much gravel? Yep, just too much gravel. Too much gravel there for the birthday boy. Hopefully he'll be able to get a better qualifying result. Now we have the timer set for the remainder of this quali. So a lot of drivers are setting times across the board. Your boy Grand and Kevin Jur definitely did not set representative times that are in the 1:30s. So we're gonna actually go ahead and take a look on board now with, let's see, let's go on board with Kevin Jur, one of the other American drivers currently on the grid, see if he can make an improved time. He's gonna burn a lot of overtake. And now, the thing with overtake is that you can pretty much burn it all through qualifying. There's no restrictions on overtake in quali. However, in the race itself, you have to wait till lap 2, or else you will get slapped with a penalty. So you really got to be careful to, I mean, in qualifying, have at it, go full force with the overtake, but you cannot use it before lap 2 inside of the feature race, or inside of the race itself. The same rule applies for sprints. You have to wait till lap 2 to start your overtake. But we already did one sprint last week, and now we have another sprint at the end of the season at Interlagos. Oh, and Kevin getting a little slidey there. And man, that did not look good. Definitely gonna burn those tires out. As Nico goes ahead and sets a new time, it's a 1:24, good enough for a P8 at the moment. A few of the other drivers are still trying to go out. Let's see who is currently on a flyer that we can go with. Yeah, I think everybody is on the outlap here at the moment. So let's see. We'll stay on board with Schulte here from High Caliber. He's got one more corner to navigate, then he's going to go and start his lap. We're already halfway through qualifying. Wow, that went by quick. So now we're going to go ahead and make the massive send into turn 1, but he's first got to navigate this straight. The wind looks a bit calmer here than it did in the round last week. So it's going to be really interesting to see if the wind keeps the same trend of starting off intense, but then slowly, gradually dying down. The wind looks pretty manageable here, but it's still going to put a pretty nasty tailwind through some of these corners. I mean, this corner right here is probably going to get hit with a massive tailwind. You want the wind to be going towards your car because that increases the amount of downforce and airflow your car is getting. If you have a wind pushing towards your back, like Schulte had in that last corner, then it's really gonna mess you up a bit. You're gonna have a massive gust of wind hitting the back of your car, causing a good amount of rear instability. But I mean, right now it's perfect for that specific straight coming out of turn 9, which would be the second DRS zone in Formula 1. Not the case here because there's no set DRS zones. One of the major benefits that this series has compared to Formula 1 is that overtake can be used basically everywhere here in Grand Prestige League as long as it's after lap 2 or in qualifying. You can't use it in practice, although granted there's no strict regulations as Schulte comes across the line. Up good enough for P3, that's actually a really good qualifying result for this High Caliber squad. But I will say that it's not because there's a regulation or anything against using overtake in practice. That's just how Gran Turismo operates. They will not allow you to have nitrous or overtake in qualifying or even in the single player time trial mode. So yeah, it's overtake is a really fun thing. It kind of acts like nitrous. It just adds a bit of extra horsepower to that inline 4 that is in the back of these machines, which already have 625 horsepower. So it's going to be, these things are really fun to drive. I actually drove my Super Formula earlier, had an Osboost livery from it. If any of you guys have played the finals, you'll know that the Osboost is like the energy drink from that game. And I was driving it actually around the high speed ring, which was a surprising amount of fun. I may or may not petition that to be the part of the count next season. But anyways, Schulte's going to come out for another lap. He's going to burn it, and we'll see if he can improve his time. No, 2 seconds off the pace. We'll head to Ducadono, who's going to go ahead and begin his next lap. The wind did pick up ever so slightly. It's now at a 7.1. But it's still not enough to really deter the drivers. We were getting almost spa levels of wind in the last race here for WEC, our World Elite Championship, our top category here. But just because this category isn't the top category does not mean you're not going to still get top level racing. These drivers are fantastically quick, and I will stand by what I say when I say that these are some of the fastest drivers in the world in the Super Formula cars. You're going to definitely see that here today. These drivers will give it their all. As we're down to the last minute, 15 seconds of quali. And indeed, you are correct. EXO is indeed cooking. Actually, we'll swap back to Ducadono and see what his time is going to be real quick before switching back to the EXO squad. Just a 10th off on the dot. CBD is not improving. We'll see about B23. I think he's setting up for a lap. No, he's pushing. It looked like he had a bit of a wiggle there. B23's got a full squad of bodyguards. I mean, it seems like it. While granted, Schulte is racing for a different team. He is racing for the High Caliber Racing team. But yeah, he does have a teammate right behind him, so he's got his wingman to defend. If Schulte wants to try to jump up and maybe go for a race win to be our 4th winner in 5 races. But yeah, he will have that wingman there to protect him, at least in this current stage. But there's still 20 seconds of qualifying, and Hop House decides that, you know what, I want pole position. Mom said it's my turn on pole position, and B23 can't answer. So B23, he's got 1 more lap to go. It's going to be make or break now for both of these EXO drivers. Oh, it's a personal improvement, but not an overall improvement. We'll see if Hop House is going to continue to push. This is the last lap for everyone. Hop House came out of left field and took that pole position away. We'll see if there's going to be any kind of response. We'll actually switch back on board to B23 here momentarily. We'll see if Hop House is going to improve it going through the 2nd sector. I mean, yeah, he's low on fuel. Those tires are actually looking pretty decent now. We know that the front left is going to be the tire that's going to be under the most amount of pressure. The front left is the tire that takes the most damage here. It is not an improvement for Hop House. He has 3/10 off. We'll switch back to B23. We'll see if he's going to have an improvement coming through the 2nd sector. No, he's not improving either. He's got to really make it up here on this last lap and try to make everything come together. He's burning the overtake. He's putting all that power down to the rear tires of this car. Jedi will go in and make an improved time, but it won't improve his position. He'll send P8. His teammates on pole position. Oh, in the gravel, that might be it. And it's a half-second penalty. The EXO drivers can't do anything about it. Hop House is on pole position for now. Ducadono, Nemesis, Chemizure, Jedi. Yeah, so that's it. Hop House takes pole position here. Seemingly out of left field. And yes, Whiteout, you jinxed it. But Hop House said that, Mom said it's my turn on pole position. And he takes it here. A very solid lap there from the British driver. We'll see if he can keep it up. Now, getting pole position is one thing, but you got to be in first place still at the end of the 32 laps that we're going to be racing here today. And almost a 117. That is very, very strong lap. That is a very strong lap there from Hop House. Kaizen Motorsports is definitely going to be happy with that one. I know Jedi, he's not going to be happy with it. He is a race winner here in GPL, and both of the drivers in their debut season have both taken a race win already. Hop House winning last time out in Deep Forest Raceway, and then also Jedi winning in Croatia. So I wonder if we're going to have our 2nd repeat winner of the season, or are we going to go ahead and have another new winner, our 3rd or 4th winner in 5 races? Still a really impressive stat. And I think actually, I want to say in Barcelona, last week, we actually had our first repeat winner in the WEC category. So regardless if you're a fan of SWT or WEC, we're having competitive grids in both categories. So you guys are definitely going to want to make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss any of this competitive racing we have here today. Going to make a quick run through the qualifying results here. We have Hop House going ahead and take a pole position by a little over a 10th, followed by the 2 EXO Motorsports drivers, or the EXO Repeat drivers to be more specific. B23 ahead of CBD, followed by Schulte having a really good qualifying result there for High Caliber, and then Ducadono, the birthday boy, Nemesis, aka Artura, Chemizure, and then Jedi. Then we go back to the next 3 cars, and then we have your boy Grand, Kill Switch, and then Nico the Sicko, rounding out our qualifying grid. Indeed, yes, what a qualifying lap from Hop House. A very strong driver here in SWT. And I mean, in his debut season as well. So I mean, he's doing a fantastic job. But here's the thing, like chat mentioned earlier, there is actually somewhat of a threat for Hop House here. He does have 2 Exodus Repeat A drivers directly behind him. The 2 drivers can probably work together better than Oscar and Lando Norris did in Japan earlier on today in Formula 1. So I mean, the two can work together. It'll definitely come down to pit strategy. Although you can double stack here in Gran Turismo compared to Formula 1 because the drivers all share a separate pit box, which is pretty nice. So if both of the EXO drivers do decide to pit in, then it's not going to cause any issues. So do we have any predictions for today's race, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Hop House is going to go ahead and keep his lead and take a win? Or will the EXO drivers just go ahead and get past and take the race win away from him? Or are we going to see the high caliber driver currently sitting in 4th, waiting to capitalize on any incident that happens between these front three? Or is it going to be the birthday driver going ahead and slingshot himself into a race win? Let me know in the chat down below. I feel like Piastri. I mean, hey, Piastri is a good driver, but I mean, I know this may be controversial. I do prefer Oscar to Lando. That's just me, but we can talk about Formula 1 driver preferences later. But once again, Nuko is going through the briefing with him being the head steward and the one in control of the red flags here. Just letting the drivers know, once again, no overtake before lap 2, which is, I know, a bit it's a bit tempting sometimes because with that overtake you do get a massive horsepower boost. I think it's about an extra 25 to 50 horsepower that you get into that engine, depending on what car you're in. I think the horsepower boost is the same, but drivers like to represent different manufacturers, like even, and this is the one I actually kind of enjoy the most when it comes to like engine manufacturers, or air quote engine manufacturers. We do have some Saab powered cars on the grid, and that is the Exa Rapide cars powered by Saab, which is pretty funny. One of my best friends in high school, his dad had a Saab, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, even though it's for the most part just kind of like a rebadged Chevrolet. And we're seeing the readies now in chat. It will be a Toyota powered car, both on livery and in game, that will be leading us to green here in Barcelona. The race is going to get started here really, really soon. The drivers are just putting the R's in chat, letting the host know that they are ready. And it's going to be go time here very, very shortly. We got 32 laps around this circuit. It's going to be a lot of fun, but this track is really going to favor those who go on to the proper strategy. What that strategy is, we don't know yet. The drivers and teams will obviously know. I'm sure they're strategists, or if they are their own strategists, I'm sure the teams have already talked through strategy. They have done hours and hours of practice on this track. They are ready to go. These drivers put so much prep work into getting ready for these races that, I mean, it would put some actual real-life racing teams to shame. And we see a wait from CBD. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick little break, and we'll be back once we get going for round number 5 here at Barcelona. Alrighty now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We're about to go ahead and get started with a race here in Barcelona. It's going to be go time for these very talented 11 drivers here that are going to take us from start to finish here. And we're going to wait for those 5 red lights to come on. False starts will be penalized, so the drivers got to keep their foot on the brake until the race begins. Got to get that good launch, got to get those RPMs correctly. 3, 2, 1. And it's lights out, and away we go. Hop House getting a very good launch there. It looks like CBD got a better launch there than his teammate as he leads the pack down to turn number 1. Hop House, he's cutting off to defend from B23, and he's gonna navigate through turn number 1. Oh, look at the 2 teammates! 2 teammates are having a bit of a moment there. Oh, no. That's probably gonna be a red flag. Let's get that on replay. Watching it from B23's perspective. So what just happened here? Oh, his teammate went wide and then got punted. And wow, yeah, that's unfortunate there for B23 championship leader. Not in the best of spots right now. Seems like B23 is having a lot of issues, but he does have that rear wing damage. Although unlike in WEC, SWT does run on a, oh, that looked like a little bit of contact there as well between himself and Kemajur as he just fights back through. Well, that's one Exodus driver out, or at least out of the immediate contention. But there's still one more, and that is CBD having a argy-bargy there with his teammate, which is pretty unfortunate. There was actually no red flag on the situation. I guess it looked worse than it actually was. So, you know, I'm not going to complain about no red flags. Not going to complain about that one, and I'm sure Hop House certainly isn't either. He's now shot away. He is now 1.3 seconds away from the Mexican driver, CBD. And actually who himself, and actually Artura actually shot up quite a bit now. He's up into a podium spot. I'm sure he would love to get the win here, but I mean a podium would do pretty well on his birthday. Because also I just saw in chat that he does share the same birthday as Oscar Piastri. And if both of them got a P3 on their birthday, that'd be pretty awesome. I know Artura is also running a new helmet specifically for this race, and actually we'll try to get a good shot of it. There we go. That's at least somewhat of a look at his new helmet that he's running for today. And he does have your boy Grant, who actually qualified pretty far down the order. He's up into 4th now, definitely taking advantage of the drama from earlier on. I did see that there was a race restart that would have to happen. Oh, your boy Grant and Nemesis getting a little argy-bargy there. And your boy Grant is sliding all over the track, struggling to get his racing soft tires heated up, which is kind of interesting for, interesting, because Hop House had a grid penalty. Interesting. Well, that's going to really benefit B23 if this goes out, but I don't know. I mean, that's going to be really, really interesting. Not sure what the full race decision would be. If Hop House doesn't serve the penalty this race, then he'll probably have to serve it next time out if the red flag isn't thrown. We'll see how everything goes. But right now, Hop House is loving life in first place right now. Overtake wasn't able to actually last lap. So Hop House leading the charge now, barring if a red flag doesn't happen, which at this point I don't think it is. So if there really was a penalty there, then it would definitely have to be. Then it will definitely be served next race. Artur though, it does have your boy Grant for company. The two drivers battling it out now. This is for the last podium spot, and this will be really good for the Hololive Racing team. While this battle is going on, I'm going to pull up some championship results now. And taking a look at the constructor standings. Yeah, right now, Hololive Racing is actually right behind Project Zero, at least as of round 3. The standings haven't been updated from round 4. But I mean, these two teams are pretty close in the standings, so I mean, this is definitely gonna be a rivalry if I've ever seen one. Battling it out now for positions in that Constructors Championship. Probably won't refer to standings much because we don't have the most up-to-date versions yet, but look at that front left on your boy Grant. That racing soft tire is cooked. Yeah, and we can even see him kind of struggling there on corner exit there, as we're onto the wing cam now of the Thai driver. as he navigates his way through Sector 2, trying to chase down Artura. So, interesting stuff here. Still a bit of a debate going on about the red flag situation. Obviously, you guys will be able to see in chat. Keep you guys up to date on that situation, but right now we're going to keep focusing on this battle here for the last podium spot. As CBD has fallen off of Hop House a bit. So it looks like the Brit is looking to take back-to-back wins here in GPL for the SWT category. That's going to do wonders for both his team and drivers championship. We're going to see if there's any other battles. I think that is the closest battle so far. We will take a quick trip down the grid, and actually it looks like Jedi is going to try to get past Kemajur here. American v American here. This would be for P8. And I mean, right now, for Kaizen Motorsport to, at least at the time of the second to last round that we had, Kaizen is in second place by a pretty good margin, so they're going to really try to capitalize every point that they could possibly get here. They definitely pulled in some points last time. I just unfortunately don't have those numbers officially with me. But I know there's still some stuff waiting. I think some penalty appeals were still in the works, which is why we don't have those standings yet. We'll get those resolved hopefully soon. But Kemajur is still on the back, or sorry, Jedi is on the back of Kemajur. But I mean, right now it's going to be a race of management because both of these drivers are on that racing medium tire. Oh, she's slingshot back up to the front, and yeah, it looks like your boy Graham is coming into the pits. Oh! I do not know if that was a disconnect or not, but yeah, that's rough. Understeering when he's going into the pits, having a little bit of a collision there, and yeah, that really dropped this race down. That was super unfortunate. He's indeed giving it just a little smooch. Yeah, so the Thai driver now coming into the pits, getting a fresh set of rubber because, yeah, that racing soft only lasted 6 laps. Actually 5 laps, so those softs were not the best time for this track. Now we're actually on the racing hards. I did hear from a lot of these drivers that the racing hards were really only viable on this track, just because of how much the tire degradation just destroys tires here around Barcelona. The wind has stayed relatively calm. I mean, we're not at the levels that we were for WEC last week. Full red after 5 laps. Yeah, these tires do. This track does not like tires. So this track really comes down to strategy a lot more often than raw pace. So actually we're going to swing back to the battle from Jedi and Kemajur once again, as this is the closest battle here on track. We're going to go on board now with Jedi, see if he can get past Kemajur. It looks like Kem did run into the grass a little bit there. Yeah, a little bit of a correction there from Jedi. He got really close though, so he might be able to make the overtake just before turn number 4. That's a risky overtake attempt. He's probably not going to do it. He's probably going to try to stay behind until like coming out of turn 9 is probably your next best shot to overtake. There isn't really a lot of good overtaking spots here on the track. There's a lot of like highlight reel spots you can try to overtake, but 9 times out of 10 those highlight reel spots for overtaking usually end up with you into the wall, which is less than optimal. So we're just going to stay on board with this battle for a little bit, and then we're actually going to make a swap here to take a look and see how close he gets. Hololive Racing now trying to defend from the Kaizen Motorsports car. Jedi gets so close, but Kemajur is just keeping that door shut. He does not want to hear about the car's extended warranty, but he might want to after he gets hit with a reset. Let's take a look at that, because that was a very interesting incident there. So Kemajur now is going to make the turn Oh, yep, there it is. He kind of touched grass a bit. I know he just lost it. Then he gets hit with a reset, so that's really going to cost him time. Well, touching grass is a very good thing to do in the real world. It's healthy. Getting fresh oxygen into your lungs is nice. But slicks do not agree. Slicks do not like touching grass. And especially on Barcelona, it can get you hit with a reset. So Jedi does get through. And he's got a really good gap now. Now, Keminger will be under threat from Kill Switch. Well, it looks like we might have something a bit further up that's going to be entertaining. If B23 is trying to claw his way back through the field. He's chasing down his stablemate in Schulte. Drivers both part of the Exodus Motorsports group. Both racing for a different team, so I don't think Schulte will just let him go without a fight. Both drivers on that racing medium tires, similar levels of wear. I think B23's tires are in a bit of a better condition. That front left, though, is going to be the tire that really just takes a beating here around this track. Yeah, B23, he's gonna want to make these passes sooner rather than later. He does have a 13-second gap to the leader. He's gonna swing for a move onto Schulte. And B23, he still actually has a lot of overtake though, so that was just a move based on just pure slipstream there. He does get past the high caliber racing driver. And now he is back up into P4, but he's still got a hard charge to do if he wants to catch back up to Nemesis now. The question is, well, actually CBD is kind of in the front three are kind of separated in pretty much a no man's land here. And Artura getting past his lap teammate. As Nemesis is going to continue roaring on. Now, blue flag rules will apply, but that does mean that B23 might be getting to lapped traffic here on lap 9 out of 32. So we'll see if that affects him a lot. It probably won't, because I mean, the likelihood of him catching up to Nico, yeah, Nico is actually he's already there, so I actually might impede him for a little bit just because there's not really a good spot to let him through here. Nico actually holding that inside line, and now he pulls off to let B23 through. He did lose a little bit of time there to Artura, the teammate of Nico. Right now, Hop House is having a really solid race here, doing really good on the tire management. So the only way I can foresee B23 catching back up and overtaking Hop House here is if the Kaizen team kind of blunders on strategy. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, even some people in chat are saying that Hop House is burning his tires a bit too quickly here in this race. So we'll see if he can continue that tire management. But another thing too is we got to talk about overtake management. We really got to make sure gotta just keep an eye on the tires here, because the tires and overtake are really going to be a big part of the strategy. Because we saw it last time, I believe it was Lucian who actually burned through his overtake really quickly. Despite what the game is telling us, these drivers are not low on fuel. It is just a bug with the replay system that happens from time to time. That is one of the downsides of running the keyboard replay system. It does have a few times when it can break, but you can navigate those moments when it breaks, but you really can't navigate the when it pops up that weird warning about fuel when it's not really applicable. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to try to look for another battle, but I think the closest thing here is Ducadono trying to catch up to Schulte now, who is currently sitting in P5. He's chasing that P5 position in the special Red Bull livery. Now, I do want to ask you guys in chat, for those of you who do watch Formula 1, on a scale 1 to 10, how much do you like the Red Bull Japan livery or the White Bull livery? How much do you guys like that livery? I personally rated about Actually, I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat it. I'm gonna put that at a 10 out of 10. It looks so good. I mean, I am a sucker for the white and red color combo anyway, but it's a good throwback to Honda's first Formula One success, one they won in 1965 at the Mexican Grand Prix. And I mean, that car is actually in Gran Turismo, funny enough. It pops up in the Legendary from time to time. I forget how much it is. I think it's around that $2 million range. I think. Could be wrong. It is a fun car to drive. Maybe we can have a series for that in the near future. Because I know running classic Formula One cars is something that people like to do here on Gran Turismo. A league that some of our drivers do compete in occasionally, or at least some of the teams that are featured in the Grand Prestige League, known as DRL, or Track and Racing League. They do Super Formula, or not Super Formula stuff, they do races in the F3500 car on Saturdays. And I mean, I heard that the season's actually pretty good. I know I've heard good things about it. I haven't really been able to watch any of that series though, because it's been a busy schedule on my end as well. But yeah, I mean, I know classic Formula racing is popular in Gran Turismo. Honestly, I kind of wish they would add more cars where you'd be able to actually do it. And I still think that the last like awesome car that they added to this game was that F3500 car. So this is my opinion. Shenanigans in full force for the last DRL race. I've been wanting to watch it. I think I watched a little bit of that first round that you guys had broadcast. I haven't got a chance to watch any of the other ones. But we're actually going to see CBD, one of the first of the front runners to make a pit stop. And it is lap 12, and that front left is gone. That thing is... He left that thing in a microwave for a bit too long. That thing is looking like a bowl of exploded oatmeal. So yeah, he definitely needed to get that tire changed. He's back out. Camajuro is also making a pit stop here. So he is going to go back out on another set of medium tires now. As we're on lap 13 out of 32. We're around the halfway point of the race. Well, now we'll see which of these next drivers, or which of these front runners will be the next to pit. Let's take a look at some lap times here between B23 and Nemesis. Nemesis's last lap was a 123, and then it was a 122 for B23, so about half a second, roughly. More than half a second, but around that ballpark. But I mean, that front left tire is looking pretty cooked. Artura, though, that medium tire is looking very good compared to the car in front and behind. Nico, apparently not a... See if we can get a look at that, see what happened with him and Nico. I'm not sure if that was actually Nico that he got in a fault with. See if you can see that again. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We're trying to get that for you guys. He has got nobody really around him, so... To be honest, I'm not sure what that's all about, but he is being shown the blue flag. There are some cars behind that he'll have to let through. As we kind of swing our attention back to the front. Actually, it looks like there might be a battle. Go back through here. And your boy Grant and Nico now. No, that's Kemajur with a penalty. Half second for, oh no, it's a full second now for track limits, I would assume. They will serve that on turn 9. And Nico, it seems like he's defending actually while being given a blue flag. So your boy Grant is going to slingshot around. Looks like a bit further up. Yeah, here we go. Here's a battle now between Schulte and Jedi. Looks like getting a little bit into the gravel. Oh, almost contact there between the two. Jedi's trying to shake for a move. More contact there between the two. He's going to slingshot up the inside of Schulte, and that's another position, but I'm sure there was a lot of contact there. But those mediums are cooked. They are grilled. They're not even well done. They're congratulations at this point with how much that tire is cooked. CBD now does have your boy Grant for company, I believe. Or no, he's catching up to Jedi now. This would be a very imperative pass that he needs to make. But it just seems like Arturo though has been really, really gentle on those tires. So Arturo's in a really good spot here. He can make a long stint, but Hot House almost has a free pit stop. Let's just actually take a look at the two tires. Oh wow, B23 is really cooking those tires up. So Hot House must have heard from Chad that he was burning his tires too much and went on a bit of a management spree there. And yeah, it's pretty good tire management now from our current race leader. Yeah, B23 is just burning those tires up way too much compared to the two cars in front. Trying to get to about half race distance as Arturo goes and makes a pit stop. He could have probably went longer, but he's probably going to try to make a one-stop strategy work. He's pretty much at that perfect pit window. And I mean, based on the tire wear right there from Arturo, he could actually make it stick. He could make the one-stop stick, and we might even see the dark horse here for this race from the Project Zero driver. He's using one of his birthday wishes to get onto a new set of tires, and he's going to get exactly that. He's going to come out just ahead of Jedi. Jedi's still on a pretty burnt up set of tires. Now the question is, when does Hop House pit and when does B23 pit? They got to pit in sooner rather than later, or else the tire advantage that Arturo might have he might be able to jump him if they're not careful. The wind has picked up here a bit. It is now at 8.6 feet per second. A bit heavier than the 7 seconds it was during the start of the race. So the wind is gradually increasing here on track, but I don't think it's going to be a massive amount. We'll see if Hop House pits. And he does. Hop House is going to go ahead and call it. He's going to come into the pits. Getting a little bit on the grass there on pit entry. I wonder if that's going to result in a penalty. We'll see if B23 also decides to make his pit stop too, or if he's going to go another lap. We'll find out here very soon. Yeah, I was about to say, I think it would be pretty crazy for him to try to make another lap onto those racing mediums. I mean, those things are charred. Yeah, those tires have definitely seen better days. So, Hop House definitely was winning in that tire management battle. So, and he comes out in the race lead still. Just he's got Ducadona behind, and Ducadona will need to pit in, but Ducadona's also managed his tires out really well. So Ducadona is another driver who's been really nice on his tires here in Barcelona. Only about half wear on those set of mediums. He probably will pit in. Jedi makes his pit stop too. And it's good to see that we have 11 viewers currently on stream. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you are new here. Hope you guys enjoy the racing here. We have races every single week. 2 separate categories, so you get the same track 2 weeks in a row for double the action. It's going to be a really fun time. Next week, we are actually heading to a Gran Turismo original circuit. And we are heading to Trial Mountain Reverse for both SWT and WC. You're on board now with SWT, our second category for the Sprint World Tour. It'll be 20 laps here in this category around that track. Pretty high speed track with some very tricky corners. And we hope you guys will stick around for that. It's going to be really intense racing. Well, this is the official halfway point, or we're actually in the second half of the season now, which is crazy how fast time flies. With round 6 at Trial Mountain being next up. And I believe Ducadona is on his first set of tires. I don't think he's made a pit stop yet. But Hop House really pulling away, using that tire advantage. Yeah, I think Hop House is doing really good. I think he might have realized, or might have heard from the Spear Realm, or maybe just got a text message, not sure, that he was burning those tires too much compared to his championship rival of B23. So he decided to be nicer on the tires. Tire management is not an easy thing to do, especially around this track. We saw earlier that those racing softs pretty much were already like full red by lap 5. So we know tire management is a concern around this track, and that's just the nature of this track. It's not just a Gran Turismo specific thing. Even in Formula One and Forza and other racing games with this track and tire wear always just is brutal on this track. We're gonna actually go down a few positions and take a look at B23 now. B23, or sorry, CBD, wrong Echo driver. He's catching up to Ducanono, but he is on the fresher tires, and I mean, actually, kind of taking a good look at it. I mean, there is a good amount of tire wear, but I mean, that front left is just taking such a hammering here around this track. And we're gonna go, actually, we're gonna do an on-board lap with XO CBD, and we will be back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so that was the lap from CBD. In that time, he did make a overtake onto Ducanono. And now we're going to go and take a look at some of our other front runners. B23 is about 4 seconds off of Artura. The birthday driver currently sitting in a net P3 because Ducanono does still have a pit stop to make. So it is a net podium right now for the birthday driver. B23 still hasn't fully recovered from that incident he had in the early stages of the race. So it's been an unfortunate race here for the championship leader. He's going to definitely lose a good amount of points to his teammate and Hophouse, the two drivers closest to him in the standings. At least from the last time we actually had scores from round 3. There's still some updates that are waiting to happen, so we will be getting the scorecard later on today from round 4, but it will unfortunately not be available in time for this race. So right now Hophouse is leading our pack. He led from lap 1 and then pretty much just stayed there. CBD, after getting tangled up with his teammate in lap 1, he has been sitting at P2 for a majority of the race. Ducanono, who has yet to make a pit stop here, going on the long haul for those medium tires. Excellent tire management there from the Dutchman. From one Dutchman to another. The birthday Dutchman is currently sitting in P4. He massively benefited from the scuffle in the early stages of the race during lap 1. B23 hasn't fully recovered from the lap 1 incident. He is now sitting at P5. He did move up a few positions. He was in P9, I believe, around the start of the race. Schulte has fallen down a few positions, though. He started at P4 now in P6, but he's got a pretty good gap to the car in front and the car behind. Jedi, who is actually under attack from Kemajur in P8. These two drivers are battling it out now. This is for P7. Jedi, a race winner from Croatia, hasn't had the easiest of times here. And then we have your boy Grand, who is the teammate of Kemajur, who recently made a pit stop, so he's going to be under attack from the high caliber racing driver of Killswitch, who is currently in P10, and then Nico, who is a few laps down from the lead pack in P11. So that is our race. Actually, as it says, we're actually going to swing back. I think there might have been a moment there. Actually, no, this is the battle we're going to keep an eye on. Must have been a bit of a moment there as Jedi is pulling away a bit. We're going to take a look and see if there's any battles. I'm not seeing any. The closest one here is between Jedi and Kemajur, but it does look like something. Oh, never mind. That's your boy Grand coming up to a lapped car of Nico. Once again, these two have not had it nice for the, they've had a few different altercations before. Your boy Grand being the blue flag, or car with a blue flag, and Nico has to let him through. Trying to see if there's another battle. Doesn't look like there is. There has been a lead change. You are correct. Looking through the battle, we'll see if anything major happened here that led to this lead change. No, there hasn't. Maybe like a little bit of a trip to the gravel before, but there has indeed been a lead change. You are correct, Chad. Thank you for letting me know. CBD now leads the race, and he's looking to be our 4th race winner in 5 races. Or yeah, there we go. That's the correct stat. Yeah, unfortunately, I did the maximum replay. It goes back 15 seconds. Unfortunately, too late to see the lead change. Nakadono does make its pit stop now. Curious to find out what happened, but this does leave the door wide open because B23 is right behind Artura, and Artura did gain a bit to Hop House. So it's unfortunate that we missed it, but regardless, CBD is a race leader now. Looking to go ahead and make it our 4th race winner in 5 races. So far, B23 is our only repeat winner. And this EXO squad has been really, really solid throughout the season. I mean, really the battle for this championship has just been between Kaizen and EXO. So we'll see if, but it looks like Hop House is crawling back. Hop House does have the tire advantage by a long shot too, and the overtake advantage. So, but we'll see. Nico has been kind of a roadblock for some of these drivers now. It seems like he's letting his AI drive. Not sure if that is fully the case or not. Both drivers getting past without any incident. Oh, one driver did. The other driver did too. And it looks like Hop House is gaining a lot of time though. On to CBD. Yeah, it just seems like the EXO drivers, and when I say EXO drivers, I know there's a lot of drivers with EXO in their username, a lot of drivers in the EXO's Motorsports umbrella, but when I say EXO, I mean the EXO Repeat A drivers of both CVD and B23 just seem to struggle with tire management on this track. And B23 actually does get the move done around the outside. We're going to go and get a replay of that one. It just seems like a good move from like the start-finish straight. B23 just kind of burning that overtake, getting closer and closer and closer, and just letting him through. Almost looked like he did let him through. That is B23 up back into the podium spots. Maybe, I mean, him and Artura are on identical tire wear at this point. Schulte is out of overtake though, but B23 does have more overtake compared to Artura. And now B23 is going to have to go ahead and make the hard charge to try to get up to Hop House. Hop House has got that gap down to almost a second now. That tire advantage really, really playing into the favor of the British driver. He may have had a moment a few laps ago, which allowed CBD into the race lead. But how long can he keep that race lead? Hop House is trying to chase down CBD. He's under a second now. CBD going to try to shake for some defense, trying to get that inside line. Going up board now with Hop House. Can he make the move? Nope, not enough real estate, but he did close that gap significantly. Now the gap is under a second, and we might even see him move before it starts finish straight the next lap. What CBD wants to do for his teammate is try to hold up Hop House as much as he can so he can get that teammate, but B23 is 8 seconds back. Not sure if that's going to be able to happen or not. So we'll see what can happen here. Very, very close now from Hop House to CBD. CBD is he just doesn't have that tire grip. We're gonna go on board now with CBD. Oh, that's not what the camera's supposed to do. There we go. Camera was not working properly. We'll see if anything's gonna happen here. If there's gonna be a shot for Hop House to overtake, it's going to be on this start-finish straight. It's pretty much make or break now. CBD did actually go ahead and extend that gap a little bit, but going through turn number 14 now, and it's really going to be pedal to the metal now for Hop House. He wants to try to catch up. He's going to be both drivers burning the overtake. Just not enough real estate before turn one, and that's really going to hurt Hop House a bit. That dirty air is going to really chew those tires up, as we have seen before. And I am hearing that Illusion did win his race. Good job there for the current championship leader in WEC, getting a win for his domestic series. But now the battle for this race for the race win is still up for grabs. If CBD can keep Hop House behind, he could win this race. He doesn't really need to make another pit stop. I mean, it probably would be wise too, considering the tire wear, but I mean, he could realistically make this go to the end. Hop House is better on fuel and better on overtake by quite a considerable margin, actually. So Hop House really could be super aggressive and super useful on that overtake. He could burn that overtake, and he's probably trying to save it for the last few laps, trying to maybe set up for like a qualifying run. B23 does have the fastest lap of the race though with a 1:25.27. He is gaining a bit onto Hop House, but not by much. Take a look at the tire wear. The tire wear is actually pretty even, same with the overtake usage. But I think this race is really between CBD and Hop House. So I think that Hop House is in a better spot to take this win, but CBD is just providing really good defense. He's keeping that gap at about half a second. Now, it's worth noting. Ooh, that looked like a move that almost happened up the inside. The cars are super close now. Move around the outside. He's gonna go. He's gonna try to shake for a move. Is he gonna go for a move on the outside of turn 4? No, that is not an overtaking spot. Going into turn 5, perhaps. And Hop House is looking for every possible opportunity. But CBD is closing that door. He does not want to hear the good word. He wants to just keep that position. Let's see. He's just keeping that door closed. He's taking a better line coming out of turn 7. So, I mean, Hop House has opportunities, but those opportunities are only milliseconds, and he just can't make it happen. He's not close enough, and he just doesn't have enough real estate. But good on him for showing restraint and not causing an incident, for being a bit too overeager. We have seen that in the past, and in both categories, so it's not just an SWT thing. Drivers getting a little too optimistic to go for a move, and it just causes contact. That might even be what happened on lap 1 here in this race, which caused B23 to drop down significantly. B23 is catching up, though, to this front-running pack. But is it going to be enough to make it an XO1-2 here, or even keep Hop House behind? And yes, I agree with what Alex is saying in chat. CBD is now the new Minister of Defense. The Mexican driver doing really, really solid too. He's being a really good wingman to his B23 teammate. So, interesting here. Well, Hop House has got to make this move sooner rather than later. I mean, it's just been pandemonium here in this race. The move has got to happen sooner rather than later. 5 laps to go on this track, soon to be 4. As Hop House is trying to make a move. He's trying to get back-to-back wins here in SWT. That would really help bolster his championship chances here. Same for the entire Kaizen Motorsport squad. Although Kaizen will not be gaining any points on XO as a team, because of the double podium that X's Motorsports is very likely to get. We're going to go on board now onto the wing cam. He's going to get the slipstream. He's going to burn that overtake. Can he get a move done? He's going to try to think about the outside, but not enough real estate there. He might dive up the inside. He gets close, but no tamale there. Still, once again, the dirty airs. But, oh, look at that tire wear, though, from CBD. Those tires are gone, but he's going to try to hold on. Take a look at the lap times. It's about a little under a second of a difference, though, between these two, but I don't think that's going to be enough. His tires habaneroed. Yes, those tires are... Oh, Hop House into the gravel a bit. That's going to really help CBD, though. Ooh, that's a bit pushy on the defense there. We'll go ahead and take a look at that from a replay perspective. See what happens here. Taking a look at this from the driver cam. Oh, oh, he just understeered, yeah. Just a bit of understeer there. Yeah, ooh, that's really gonna hurt Hop House here. And CBD, if he can keep his car on the track, he might have a race win here. We might be seeing our 4th race winner here in SWT. So actually it's a pretty wild stat that in 5 races we've had 4 winners for both categories. Granted, that is if CBD can get a race win here. Yeah, it's gonna be, but even then, CBD really lost that gap though. Those tires are not really holding on. Oh, and Hop House is gonna send it up the inside. He was done waiting. Earlier he said, Mom said it's my turn on pole position. Now he's saying Mom said it's my turn for the race lead, and he does have a car in front. He's got a pass of Nico the Sicko. Oh, almost contact there between the lapped car and Hop House. Is it going to be a problem though for CBD? Nope, not going to be a problem. CBD slingshots in, but man, I wonder though. B23 is now only 2 seconds behind CBD now. Hop House, oh, Hop House is just pulling away now. Hop House has got this race back if he doesn't make another mistake. Or unless B23 channels his inner Max Verstappen from the 2023 racing season and just pulls out a barnstormer here. But it looks like Hop House could easily take this to the checkered flag. He's only got 2 laps left to go now once he crosses the start-finish straight. And it's going to be tough. I mean, yeah, I agree. It was really good defending there from CBD. He lets his teammate through to try to challenge for that, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. The wind did pick up and change directions, though, compared to the middle part of the race, so different bit of tailwind. There's not really a good spot for that wind. The only real good spot for that wind is coming out of turn 8. It's turn 7 and 8, but yeah, so it's going to be pretty tricky to keep that car on the track, especially with these cars being so aerodynamically advanced like they are compared to the GT500s that we raced during the off-season, and honestly compared to pretty much every other car in the entirety of this game, save for like maybe the Tomahawk X. But yeah, let's see the lap time comparison now. It'll be the final lap though, and I think even if B23 has to really like turn on the afterburners though. It looks like it is going to be a 121 probably for Hop House. And Hop House has managed this race super duper well. A bit of a connectivity spike there for the British driver. And B23 is trying to chase him down, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. We'll take a look at lap times here. And starting the final lap, Hop House is going to go ahead and start with a 121.6 and then a 121.1, so only half a second. He is catching up, but just not enough. It is indeed mission impossible hit now for B23. I mean, he made a good recovery drive though. He started in second. He will finish in second after starting from P9 essentially after the lap 1 shenanigans. But yeah, Hop House has just played the management game a lot better. I think B23 really burned his tires a bit too much in the opening stints. And actually, Artura has shot through for a podium now. Well, granted, CBD is, I think CBD actually did have to, no, CBD did not pit. He just lost that much time now. He's only got 1 more sector left to navigate, and then back-to-back wins here for the Kaizen Motorsports driver. Hop House has only a few more corners left to navigate, and then he'll be a conqueror here. El Conqueror in Barcelona. I don't have enough time to look up the Spanish word for a conqueror here, but he's only got 1 more corner left to navigate, and if this corner goes to plan, yep, it certainly has. Hop House taking the race win here in Barcelona. He wins it from pole to victory. Checkered flag for him. B23 will come home in second, and Artura on his birthday will go ahead and get a podium, a well-deserved podium here for him. And that tire management has been unreal there from Artura. CBD coming home in 4th, followed by Ducadono, who's had also a pretty good drive, and he's on the racing softs. He made those things last quite a while, but he did have a monstrous first stint. Schulte will come home now in P6. Good points there for the team. Jedi will wish he would have had some better results here. I mean, that tire life is gone too. Keminger will go ahead and finish. Philip and Nico's already finished. He finished on lap 29, a few laps down. Kill Switch has finished a lap down, I believe. And yeah, that is our race done and dusted. We're going to stay on board now with the other Kaizen Motorsports drivers. He finishes his last lap. Got one more left to navigate there for the American driver. He will come home into P7. Keminger now, the last two drivers are come across the line. Keminger will come home in P8. And then it'll be your boy Grand rounding out our last drivers, finishing on that lead lap. And that is a race done and dusted. Your winner is that man right there, Hop House, taking the checkered flag, pole position to victory. And then just real quick, we'll go ahead and run through the final positions here. Hop House taking the race win here, back-to-back wins here in the Sprint World Tour Series at Grand Prestige League for the Super Formula cars. He takes back-to-back wins, followed by B23, who had a good recovery drive and came home in P2 with the fastest lap, followed by Artur getting the birthday boy podium. That's a pretty good birthday gift. Oscar Piastri also had his birthday today and got a P3, so pretty good parallels between the two. CBD, who was looking likely to even win the race at one stage, fell down to P4 after having massive tire degradation, followed by Takadono, Schulte, Jedi, Keminger. And then we have your boy Grand, Kill Switch, and then Nico DeSicco, who finished 4 laps down from the leading pair. Well, that was an excellent race here, everybody. Once again, my name was Rekis. I was your host and commentator here today. And stay tuned for the next round when we head to Trial Mountain on the reverse layout. Take care, everyone, and have a good night.